I have a big problem at the back of my house. The lateral is broken. MSD, the Metro Sewer Department for the city of St. Louis, they just left and they recorded, they put a camera down the sewer access here in the alley. And they ran a camera and dropped some dye bottles, and it's a defective lateral catacorner to my house here, where you can see underneath the alleyway. They didn't show me, or I didn't look to see, how bad, this on the opposite side of the alley. But in particular, on my side of the alley, they showed me where the lateral is broken from the main drain here in the center of the alley, the sewer drain. The lateral is broken right here. I don't know how good I can get down here with this camera, but as you can see, I'm underneath the alleyway. Where's that dye bottle at? I need a light. That white thing down there is the dye bottle that they dropped in. And man, this is going down, I don't know, maybe 15 feet or so. But it's hard to see now, but when the guy had his light down here, you could see the collapsed, the lateral, the pipe coming from, my house out connecting to the main drain here in the city. And it's got to be, further down, as you can see, like going up towards, my property. The ground is still intact. And it's been a washout going on. The defective lateral on both sides of the alleyway. My house, and then cat a corner to the house across the street. And you can see that this is completely washed out, and it's getting worse and worse from underneath the alleyway. This is the alley. When those city trucks come through here, you got a dumpster there. Then you got one right there. Then you got one right there. You got one right there. You got two more, right up there. When they pick up and drop and those dumpsters, boom, boom, I could feel the ground shaking from even in the house. And as you can see, another one of those dye packets that they dropped in to assess the problem. Well, I'd say dye packet is like a bucket. Not a bucket, but that container with the white lid on it. So, but you can see that the lateral is collapsed. It's shot. And what the city of St. Louis is gonna do, they headed out here right now. I called the supervisor, and first he hung up on me. When St. Louis City told me what they was directed to do. They hung up on me, I had to call them back, but they just about to pour rock in here, and it's gonna be a problem, obviously. So the sewage and the water from my house, it's gonna hit the rocks. They finna dump it in there to cover up the problem. They not gonna fix it. They finna pour rock in here, and I'm gonna come out here and video, when they doing it. They're gonna pour rock in here instead of fixing the problem. And it's mind-boggling to me. This house is all I have. And it's just mind-boggling to me that, I pay my taxes, I'm current, on my taxes, and the city lateral program, it says from 10 feet, the St. Louis City is obligated to fix it from 10 feet from the sewer in the alley here, which, well, 10 feet would run, up this is an easement. It's directly on where the alley starts right here, you can see that it's just collapsed. When those big trucks come through, when the MSD trucks was leaving, the guy was making sure to direct them to stay on this side as close to these dumpsters as possible, because he was afraid that the alley was gonna collapse, and they literally about to pour rock in her. Today's date is November the 4th. It's 11:37 a.m. and they're about to pour rock in her and cover the problem up instead of fixing it. It's mind-boggling to me. I'm not highly educated, but I got, a fair amount of common sense. And if you could see that the pipe is collapsed here, why would you pour rock and cover this and pack the rock in? Now my water and sewage, I'm almost guaranteed that when I wash clothes or take a bath, that the rocks is about to fill into the pipe. They're about to fill up the broken lateral with rock instead of fixing this. Man, when you ain't got no big amount of money and live in the right neighborhoods, and you got a messed up a city department, this is bizarre. But this part one of my problem here, and we'll see what happened next. But I'm gonna come out here and document when St. Louis City is covering up this problem with rock instead of fixing the problem and then covering it up. It don't make sense. What, you gonna cover up the problem with rock, and then when you decide to fix it, you're gonna have to remove all the rock, and the rock is gonna wash into the MSD. It's mind-boggling to me. It's obvious. Like I say, I call the guy, I believe he's the supervisor, and I have his number and his extension, and he said that I was irate, and I wasn't irate. I wasn't cursing him. I wasn't doing talking anything crazy, but I am anxious because I know that you're about to create another problem for me that I just can't afford to deal with. Why would you cover this up in the city sewer lateral program that I pay my taxes for? It covers this. God help me.